My name is Giovanni Munoz. My name is Giovanni Munoz. I have now been trading for 6 years. Been doing this full time independently for the last two. And now, guys, really the whole intent of Sunday Night Live is really just to prepare you for the week. Let me pin myself. Right? It's to prepare you for the week on what's to come and how you can genuinely take advantage and put yourself in a position to continue winning week after week. And obviously, with preparation, right, you're going to be able to enhance on number one these calls, right? Jasmine's already sending me. I saw your message. I haven't opened it. I promise. Um, I'll check that out right now. But the first thing foremost, I want to firstly get into the charts, kind of give y'all an idea of my mindset. Um, Even though yes, the markets are open. Like this, cool, right? I was looking at the market on Friday. Tomorrow is Memorial Day, so it is going to be a much slower day in the market. But You know, what I was looking at when I was looking at gold, right? I got spanked this week. But it was the same play that I always had, right? We're obviously bearish. Let me go to the 4 hour, it'll be a little nicer, right? We're also obviously bearish, right? Market has been on this downtrend, really bad. We had our break of structure, change of character, and at this rate, what you want to be looking for, right, is since we are in a downtrend, I usually use the 618, 7886, right? But since we are already on that movement of the downtrend, the area you should be looking for is the 78886, right? Do I believe it's going to go higher? Absolutely. I think it's going to come up a little bit more. If it gives us a 5 minute break of structure, I am 100% in for selling. But as of right now, if we do break above this zone right here that we have, which is above 34,440, I personally can see us for continuation for new highs, right? So what we want to see here, guys, is a 5 minute break of structure. See the market now shift to the downside. As we go to the smaller time frames, kind of did that, kind of not, right? Higher no, we had a higher high, then we created new lows, lower high, lower low. We didn't create new lows down below. Market skyrocketed. We created new highs, right? Since this was our previous highs, low, lower high, low, lower, yep. And then new high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we just broke previous lows, right? So yes, there is a possibility maybe this is the 5 minute break of structure, and it does come into the zone and we start selling. Um, for me, I would want to see this hold a little longer. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to enter, especially since there's not going to be a lot of volatility tomorrow. So this is just an idea that I'm looking at. If this doesn't get invalidated, I might just look for buys, right? But I am not getting into gold, no sort of way, right? Silver is the opposite, right? Silver is giving me more bullish tendencies, so that's why kind of this makes sense on the smaller time frames that we were looking at gold. We would want to see this get invalidated, and then maybe we can start looking for buys within this zone. I would really like that. Silver, like I said, we are bullish, right? Market is pushing up, right? Higher high, higher low, creating new lows. This was lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we just created new highs. So for silver, I have a couple of things. Two, two, two. Right, we have this area right here. We can call it a bigger area if we wanted to. If we wanted to, we could just say this whole area right here. Cool. Right? Break a structure, change a character. Right? We can wait on this retest. Right? Market is pushing higher, but if we did come back, this would be a zone that I would be interested in looking at. personally. Cool. Right. This is definitely an area that I would be wanting to look at. U.S. oil. U.S. oil is being U.S. oil has been around this area. The thing that confuses me, obviously, summer is arriving. That's when most people step out. What I would want to see is a closure above here to pretty much validate these cells that we're still in, right? We see a closure above, wait for that 618 to continue going higher. So for me, I want to see a closure above. Right? I'm not convinced in the sell still. I still want to see market go above, closure above. Right? If we go check out the DXY as well, which has a huge um pretty much corporation when it comes to the any USD pairs. It looks like we're about to flush, right? And where can we flush to is the question, right? We have this own break of structure, change of character. For me, if I were to look for a specific zone, it's looking around the 92, 94. And we could possibly get it a little sooner, probably within the zone. But for me to play it safe, where I can start, being bullish on the dollar a little bit more, would be within the zone. Obviously you have here, which I really do like. You have your consolidation, break the structure, change the character. But what I usually see right here is we had that change of character, and then market did come back up. It rebalanced itself and then went higher. As well, this does create a liquidity right there. So I can see us coming within this blue zone to continue on. Now, right? US 30, right? US 30, I am not gonna enter this. Right? US 30 this week, right? We have this consolidation, break of structure, change of character, right? Came within our zone right here, tapped us in, gave us a rejection, and then went completely and invalidated that zone. So once a zone gets invalidated for me, right, I grab the fib from the top to the bottom. And as y'all can see, right before market close, we came to my sweet zone, right? Is the 618. Came into the 618, rejected, pushed down below. We ran around 200 pips, right? And once market opened, we had a very impulsive move up, right? Very interesting because tariffs are about to go more in place. So, tariffs isn't really creating a huge problem, even though we are bearish, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So for me, I don't have enough evidence to feel like this is going to continue going lower. And not to say enough evidence, it's more, it hasn't shown me enough. This movement down, if this would have held a little bit more, right, gave us a little bit more of a selling bias, right? I would have wanted to see this, maybe create another low, then come up to the zone. I would have been more into the trade. But since we are coming into the zone, we can go to the 15-minute and possibly find a buy opportunity. So structure, change character, stop loss hit. So if we use this whole thing, consolidation, break the structure, change the character, we did hit break above. I don't like this liquidity right under as well. So I think I'm gonna just wait. I want to see this get invalidated, right? And then we can start looking for different scenarios for this play. Yeah, I'd rather wait. Be patient, right? There is liquidity up here. It could come a little higher than reject. I'm not really worried. I technically would be more biased to the upside. Even these guys liquidated them out. Same thing with NAS, right? I think NAS was the actual play, right? We had our consolidation, came within our zone, liquidated these guys out. had a beautiful rejection, gave us a 102, and then market tanked. If you would have done the same thing, that 618 would have been close, but not enough, right? Not enough, right, to reach and enter off that reentry. So US30 have the better sell idea, when Nas had the better buy idea. So look at this when you see Nas, it's just so bullish, right? It doesn't give me any tendencies to really sell. We did create liquidity right below, but for me, this is something we'll probably come back later, not now. Um, yeah. So for me, I'm bullish. For indices, I'm gonna chill on it tomorrow. Don't look into trading. Just gonna enjoy time with the family. But if we had to look for an area, kinda is in my area, but it would be within the zone. Since we are, so I would want to wait for this. We pushed up just to liquidate these guys, have a bigger push down. The 7,886 makes a lot more sense just for a small rejection. We're not thinking of taking this the whole way down, but maybe like a 1 or 2, 1 or 3 type of scenario. Um, but as well, I'm keeping aware there is liquidity above, consolidation, reconstruction, change of direction, stop loss. Yeah, I'm very gonna just be patient. I'm probably gonna, for me personally, and this is just a recommendation, right? If we go look at the market, just think about it, right? Why would you put yourself in a scenario when you know that maybe there won't? That's probably why the market moved a little bit, right? Powell spoke today, but as you can see, tomorrow's is gonna be super boring. We're not really getting news until Thursday, Wednesday. We have FOMC meetings, right? Yeah, FOMC on Wednesday, right? So for me, I would probably look at the market if I find something Tuesday, right? With maybe AUD, in the afternoon with CPI, maybe trading in the Asian session. I would look into it. But me personally, I'm gonna sit on my hands maybe till Tuesday afternoon. Um, because sometimes like you get into the market way too early. You're probably trying to look for a setup today. You're looking for the setup, and then your stop loss gets hit, and then now you're in a drawdown, right? And then you trade tomorrow trying to make back of what you lost today. Your stop loss gets hit today, and then Tuesday comes around, and it's the day that it's supposed to be more volatile, right? More volume in the market, and your setup hits, but maybe you don't have the capital, right? Maybe you over traded, maybe you blew your account Sunday, Monday, and by Tuesday you're just like, well, I can't even play the game, you know. That's why I would recommend, maybe sitting in your hands if you're willing to do the risk, all means, right? But for me, none of these plays really make sense right now, right? SPX 4 hour, we had a bearish movement. Same thing, right? I have a little higher zone up here. So I think that's kind of the familiarity that we have right now for NAS and SPX. So that's a good thing. I obviously am gonna trade the lagging pair. Let me look at the group, the chat real quick. Let's check out Jasmine's trade. Yeah, that's crazy. I literally just showed this. Yes, Jasmine. Literally, if it works out and Nas doesn't go flying bullish, I like this trade, right? I'm gonna wait for structure to give me that little confirmation. Um, but yes, yo, shout out to Jasmine. She's like, yo, he didn't even look at it and she had it right. So shout out to you, girl. But yeah, this is what I would want to see. You see how we liquidated these guys out before I pushed down. Just makes sense, right? Maybe we sell down here and then we continue buying. But that's just my POV. You just went over it. Let's go, Jazz. Um, Jasmine's been killing it, no cap. Bitcoin, I'm bullish. I don't see this stopping right now. Maybe we might get something like this, start playing sideways. But I've seen Bitcoin when, it just does a bunch of Diddy candles, right? Imagine just seeing Bitcoin just ooh, zoom, just not stop day after day. Just to put it in perspective, this is one. Let's start right here. One, two, it had better days. All right here. Imagine just Bitcoin one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, seven bullish days, one bearish day, once eight bullish days, sideways, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's what Bitcoin's gonna do next. Gonna give us that bullish. It kind of has, right? Look at this. One, two, consolidated. One, two, consolidated. I see this continue going up in a very, very fast way. SPX, I mean not SPX, I have Solana. Solana kind of same thing, right? See Solana continuing go higher. ICP, we're balls deep. Now let me go over these last pairs, and then I'm actually gonna bring up Miguel. He can go over what he's looking at this week. This USD CAD trade I gave y'all last week, we didn't get to our zone, and this is kind of why I don't trade forex pairs anymore. Not to be like, oh, like I don't. It's just imagine not waiting this whole week just to miss this trade by 40 pips. Like I wouldn't, and you waited all week to get 40 pips, and the trade, where's that? Right, right, 40 pips, right? And the trade only moved 130 pips, right? So for me, just doesn't make sense. That was GJ. USD CAD. I caught this sell for y'all, right? Boom, came into our zone, completely shot down, right? This was a trade called out last week. AUD USD, just so many sideways movements. Like, yo, this is insane. This is literally insane. This is from Friday all the way from April. So a whole month of this market has just been moving sideways, and we are finally breaking out of it and continuing bullish. So you can start looking for smaller opportunities within the smaller time frames. Maybe catch yourself a couple buys, right? For me, it would probably be over here. Liquidated these guys out. Boom, went higher. And if we do, great. If we don't, we can see it liquidating all those people on the bottom. Right? And then GU, more like TU. Um, just another trade that we just caught out, just doesn't go to our zone. Is the trade still valid? Absolutely. But I'm just chilling now, like until maybe, yeah, maybe find continuation on these buys. But for me, just nah, I'm good on it. I am good on it. Yeah, so that's it for me in the markets. Does anyone have any other markup they want me to look at before I pass it on to the boy Miguel as well? Let me just pull up the group chat, right? So for everyone that has been in the Powerhouse University, right? Um, it's open, but it's yeah, great question, right? Um, So it's not closed, but like, why does it like? I want y'all to kind of make this make sense. If there's no volume in the market's just slow. You're entering a trade when you're most likely 90% of y'all enter a trade and don't stop looking at your phone, right? Tomorrow is a Monday, Memorial Day weekend, so like hypothetically, you just think about this. You started this trading thing maybe to make more time, to make more money, right? To maybe more spend more time with your family, spend things on what you want to do. And sometimes, guys, I really want you to understand this. Trading can take that away from you if you don't have the right mindset. If you can't say, hey, tomorrow the markets are going to be moving slow, let me just step away for one day. Let me enjoy my Sunday and Monday, and then just go in a refreshed mindset on Tuesday. You're not disciplined enough and you're literally a fiend for the charts. You're scratching to get in the market, right? So even though that Nash play is my setup, me personally, right, I probably won't take it just because it's the markets are going to be slow, pretty much closed. Like the indices markets closed, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, any last questions before I bring up the GOAT? So great question. Who was that? Anna. So, shout out to Julian and Daniel helping her out. So if we go just into the powerhouse chat, guys, right? I want y'all to understand this week. I want to show y'all the schedule that we will be having. So y'all can be prepared, right? Y'all can be prepared on taking advantage. Someone tell Anna to hop on the call. You know, I know this call will definitely help her. Me go right here. It's being a little slow. Okay, cool. No worries. Right. But if I'm correct, it is in our powerhouse page and right here actually. Right. So for this week, guys, you perfect, guys. All righty then. My internet's just tripping. So give me a second, guys, as this pull up, so I can show y'all pretty much the week and pretty much how you can hop on these calls, make sure you're active, and pretty much getting this free value because when I got started, guys, we had nothing like this. We didn't have a trading mentor. We didn't have people wanting to help us cut the curve. So today, obviously, we have Sunday Night Live with me and Miguel. Tomorrow, we will have Monday Range, right? We will have Monday Range with Krista, right? And at 10 p.m., we got my boy Vinny. He's gonna go in within the markets. And if you're a beginner trader, right, this is more for you, right? The way he concepts things and breaks things down are what a lot of people wish they could understand. And if it really wasn't for Vinny, I genuinely don't think that I would have the concept of the way that I trade, right? So you want to make sure to go on and hop on the guy island from guys, right? Now when it comes to Tuesday, zoom out. So that's me, right? Tuesday, if I'm correct, we have a morning trading session live. We have New York Open. It's either going to be Neri or my boy David Jacino. As well, we're going to have crypto leverage trading with my boy Tony. That pretty much is going to walk you through on how to take advantage of the crypto market and trade. And then later that night, we have Bobik, right, with Midnight Bags. He's going to be trading London with y'all. So we have people trading New York, London. Wednesday, we have market overview with me and my boy Jack. Thursday, we have live trading again in the morning with crypto declassified in the afternoon. And then Friday, we have levels again. And then Saturday and Sunday, guys, should be where you really sharpen your axe, right? Really sharpen your axe where you get the crypto and assets foundation, where you can start growing your money and letting it work for you, right? And back testing, right? Back testing is going to be huge, right? If you don't backtest right now, you can't expect to be making money in the markets because you have no proof of or consistency in your strategy, and you need to practice that, right? That is when Mary Banks would go, the one and only. But guys, that being said, I want to bring up, this individual that I have been working side to side for maybe now 4 years. I believe it's about to be 5 soon. But this is someone that, day in, day out, puts in the work, is super consistent. And the number one thing I can say is puts people first, right? So that being said, bro, Miguel, what's good, bro? ¿Cómo estás?
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. We're here having trouble to connect my other screen. I don't know what it is, but
Good, bro. No worries.
we're here. We're here. But appreciate you, bro, for that value and everything. But how's everyone doing in the chat? Let me know in the chat how you guys feeling today. Let me know. Let me know. Let me see. And also as well, please let me know as well. Where are you plugging in from today? Oxnard in the house. Okay. Miami. Okay, we have Miami in the house. Let's go. Give me a second. I just need to get this going. Dallas in the house. Um, there you go. All right. Can you guys see me there? Finally. Perfect. San Diego in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Modesto. What else we have right here? California, Reno, Jersey. Perfect. Okay, guys. So just like Yo said, right? The market is gonna be Fort Worth in the house. Let's go. The market is gonna be, you know, little slow. Why? Because of Memorial Day weekend, right? And as you guys see, Forex Factory tomorrow, Monday, dollar, bank holiday. I don't really suggest you trading, just like you said. Instead, spend some quality time with your loved ones. If not, work on something else. Maybe a different business. Uh, Maybe you start back testing more tomorrow. Maybe you study more. But to be trading tomorrow, I'm not trading, to be honest. There's no need to, uh, because trading is there every single day. And if I'm just trying to force a trade tomorrow, it's just like, why? I'll just be patient and I'll wait for Tuesday. Um, and so something that I want to go over real quick is USDJPY. Also, if you guys have any charts, please drop them. Okay. USDJPY in the 4 hour, we do see equal lows in here. I can expect the market to drop all the way down here and possibly get some reactions on USDJPY. This is my bias here. This is a 4 hour though, right? If the market drops, I would like to see the setup, right? Since it's the 4 hour. Now, if I go back in here and I drop to the 1 hour, this is what I see in the 1 hour. Look, guys. Equal lows, equal lows. Let me go to the 30-minute. Equal lows right here. Basically the same setup in smaller time frames. Drop up one in the chat if you can see it, if it makes sense. Basically, we have a setup within the setup. Okay? So, you need to be careful of that. And this is why I said I would rather just wait over here, right? For the setup. I will wait for the setup on smaller time frames. Accumulation, change of character, and then we enter the buy. Because also right here in the 5-minute, we do have the imbalance right here. This imbalance right here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to put a line right here that I know this is my imbalance. I'm going to do a black line. And it's going to be like this. I have a 5-minute imbalance in there. But also, what else do you guys see in here? Can someone tell me? What is this right here? Ooh, who knows? What is this right here? Equal lows. Yes, Nova. All of this, it's also equal lows. Liquidity. This is why, like I said, I'd rather wait for the setup once we get to the area. Okay? You got to be patient with it. Do not force any trades. Yes, you can possibly test trade it, right? The first touch. And then wait for the confirmation on smaller time frames that we are going to play out from here. Then you can enter again. Okay? Now, something that I'm gonna do instead, right? Because I feel like even during holidays, what tends to move during holidays? Who knows this? Who knows this? What tends to move during holidays? Metals? Not necessarily. Yes, AB got it. Cryptos. Cryptos sometimes move during holidays, which is crazy. So, what I'm gonna go ahead and do instead, I'm gonna go to my crypto list that I have, and this is something that I'm looking at for use ICP. For ICP, I'm looking at this zone for possible entries. I mean, ICP right now, $5. It's honestly at a well discounted price in my opinion. But this right here, this is what I'm looking at. ICP, in my opinion, will go under $5 before we can take off. This is something that I'm looking at, and also you guys can see the setup. Can you guys see the setup? We're creating lower lows, right? Lower low. And we're gonna start from here. Watch this. Over here, the market is just consolidating. It kind of gave me a change of character here, even though I feel like this right here is a previous lower high. But I'm still willing to take this setup right here, which will be a previous support level. In my opinion, it can definitely play out from here on the 7-8, 8-6, because we do have an imbalance. And for those that play head and trade head and shoulders with Vinny in the daily time frame, we do have a head and shoulder setup right there. You can get this one right there. Left shoulder, head, change of character. We can get the right head. The right shoulder over here. Okay. So for those that haven't started their crypto portfolio, I highly suggest you going on Coinbase, creating an account, and invest in whatever you can afford. Do not invest money that you need, because this moves will not happen right away. Guys, ICP for me is a great project. I mean, our mentor's been calling it out. I have some entries at $10. So me dropping money right now, basically at $10, I will break even with the other entries that I have, and on my lower entry, I will double. So this is not a financial advice, but you can do your own research. But I've been stocking up here in ICP. Okay. Another one. I mean, we've been calling out Chainlink, right? Chainlink, I feel like it's a good one as well to be dropping into for our. Maybe we can see it coming here to this imbalance as well, right here. But on the daily time frame, I can also see it coming down here. 12, 13 bucks. This is a really great price on Chainlink still, in my opinion. Right, but those are two cryptos that I wanted to share with you guys as well. And does anyone have any questions or any graphs that you would like to drop and get feedback? Let me know. USD JPY. We said that USD CHF, very similar to USD JPY. I feel like we're gonna go lower here. Maybe this order block. USD CAD. USD CAD now it's dropping. Daily time frame. Yeah, I don't see USD CAD stopping anytime soon. Nope. And AUD USD. I had shared this with you guys last time. I believe so. NZD and AUD USD. I did not take the trade. First of all, NZD had gotten here first and reacted, and then from here, this one didn't hit stop loss, but I didn't enter this one. But AUD USD came to the mitigation plate and it played out. It never came to my entry, so I didn't take this trade because I was expecting this, and it reacted from here. So now we adapt and we want to wait the next setup. Now, something that I can do for those pairs is I want to look to the left and see where can the market still go. I'm gonna go to the daily time frame, and when it comes to AUD USD, I can see that this isn't stopping anytime soon. Especially because they're slower pairs. I can see it coming all the way here to this daily order block right here into this zone, and maybe we'll get some reactions in here. But something that I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna drop to smaller time frames in here and see if we can see a setup for AUD USD 4 hour. Okay, maybe around here because it's a previous resistance level, right? And for those that trade levels with Vini, you have your shoulder, your head, change of character. So maybe we'll have some reactions on AUD USD, but I don't really see a clear setup. If I drop to smaller time frames, no, I don't think so. Nope. So I'm just patient, guys. This week, especially, tomorrow is gonna be a really slow day. So I do not have basically more graphs to look at. Let me see, when do we have news? New ceiling on Tuesday. Let me just go ahead and check NZD JPY real quick. Okay. NZD JPY, maybe it can play out from this zone right here. Right? Let me drop to the 1 hour. But I did mark up equal highs. It did clear this highs right here. Okay. This institutional buy and then drop is clearing this equal highs already. So maybe we can see the market react from here. Let me see right here. Something like that. But you need to remember this, that we do have this equal highs. Now let's check AUD JPY. AUD JPY has a better setup, in my opinion, right, for the sells in here. I do trade Forex pairs on my live account. When it comes to funded accounts, I trade only futures. But I kind of like the setups with AUD JPY. I like the sell over here. I'll probably, more than anything, will be taking this sell. Once we get closer, which I think will be Tuesday, I'll let you guys know, and I'll go ahead and drop it. I still need to see price action with the other gens, with NZD JPY as well, and your JPY. But guys, if you guys don't have any questions, real quick again, I'm gonna share with you guys. Tomorrow, Monday, we have 2 p.m. Monday range with Maria and Krista, and then 8 p.m. with the boy Vini. If you're completely brand new or like less than 2 months in, less than 3 months in, I highly suggest you both sessions. If you know someone that really as well as completely brand new and they may want to learn, I will for sure tell them about this call because the way Vini explains trading is just so easy to understand. It just makes more sense, right? And then Tuesday, you guys already know this, but you guys have the whole schedule. And also in Spanish, guys, we do have a packed out schedule. If you know people that want to learn more in Spanish, let them know. We're here to help them out. We have a WhatsApp chat, and they've been killing it. They've been killing it. We have people with a little bit less than 3 months with a lot of experience. But guys, with that being said, that's it for myself. Keep on killing it. And arriba el Toluca. Gio, where you at? I think they score one right now. But have a good one, everyone. Let's have a great week. Spend some quality time with your loved ones. And I'll see you guys next call. Let's get it.